Hello everybody! Infernape Shinjo here, and welcome to a top 10 that has been a bit of a work in the making. Today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 fan-made openings. And my fan-made openings, in case you don't know, are basically when I take an anime opening or some sort of opening and put it with a series. Like, take for example, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dub opening with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, for example. That hasn't been a video that I have made, but just as an example. Even a lot of fan-made openings that I post are requests that people have given me in the comment section. Now, at the time that this video comes out, it's been at least a few months, but I've decided to temporarily stop doing fan-made openings just to get my bearings straight, post other videos like this. So during this lull, when there aren't any fan-made openings being posted, I'm going to count down my top 10 favorite ones. Now, of course, this is entirely my opinion, and of course, this one is a lot more biased than other ones because I make all of these videos, so obviously I'm going to have a bias towards them. And just to make things a little bit more interesting, before I talk about it, I'm going to show a little clip of each opening, which you'll be able to find links to down in the description, so if you want to watch the full video, you can go ahead and do that. Finally, I'm only going to be allowing my TV size openings to be used here, because I've made two AMVs, one with Ultimate Battle with Ash Greninja, and one with the full version of Dragon Ball Super's Limit Break X Survivor. And the reason that I'm not including them is because, first of all, they're way longer. It doesn't seem fair to me to include a video that's almost 4 minutes long and try to compare it to a video that's not even half of that time, because both videos take different amounts of time to make because one's longer than the other. And if your favorite fan-made opening isn't on this list, just consider it an honorable mention. Number 10 is Flowers of Emotion with My Hero Academia. And it's actually funny because in the original outline that I made this, I didn't include any My Hero Academia ones. And it's not that I didn't like making them, it was just that a lot of the time it was more difficult to make them because one of the first ones that I made, I had to modify it, rearrange it, because it wouldn't let me post it because there were clips from the opening. And that apparently changed later on for some reason, but I'm not complaining. But I just like the song and the clips that I used to accompany it. It's one of those situations where it's a song and a series that normally I would not think would work so well together, but it actually does. Number 9 is Shiny Days with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And the funny thing of this is, I honestly didn't expect this to be on the list. But I just had so much fun making the video, making the thumbnail, I had to include it. The premise of Laid Back Camp, where this opening is taken from, is basically these girls go camping. And while I was watching it, I was thinking, okay, camping, kind of like going to school, except not really. And out of all of the different videos that I'll make with fan-made openings, I think GX was the only one at the time that I could include with it. Obviously, Alola hasn't even come out at that point. But I just like how well it went together. Between having the thumbnail include all of the girls on it and Jaden just there in the background like, yeah, I'm here with them too. And it honestly was just at one of those times where I immediately heard the opening and I just fell in love with it, so I was on such a high from the opening that I knew I had to make something with it. Waking up, we tread this wondrous land. With a smile, we're running hand in hand. No matter if we fall, we'll try again. Knowing we can Number 8 is Departure with Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Now, looking back on the video now, I feel like there were at least some points that I could have made the video work a little bit better, but the only thing I can do now is remake it and post it again later. Not saying I will, just throwing that out there. But the song is just good. Some of the visuals that I include just match up perfectly with it, and it was just a really fun video to make. Number 7 is Butterfly with Digimon Universe Appley Monsters. And believe it or not, there was a time that I didn't make fan-made openings even using Digimon. There wasn't a time that I made fan-made openings using Dragon Ball Super. For the longest time, it was only Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. But then when I decided to make some with Digimon, I figured this is one that I had to make. Because the original Digimon opening is just so iconic that I knew I had to include it with Appmon, because it's honestly one of my favorite Digimon spin-offs, if you could call it that, so far. Probably second to Tamers. Number 6 is Sen no Tsubasa with Dragon Ball Super. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the way that this story went is somebody asked me to use this song with Dragon Ball Super because other people have made videos like that, and I really like how it turned out. I like how I was able to splice the clips up perfectly right when it shows Zeno about to knock out Goku and he unleashed Ultra Instinct. That, among other scenes, is just my favorite. I love how it all worked out. Number 5 is Otomodachi Film with Kalos. And this is probably one of the fan-made openings that I've made that I still get chills from watching. Otomodachi Film comes from Tada Never Falls in Love, and the premise of it I feel is roughly self-explanatory, but without spoiling anything too heavy, the opening does show all the main characters, and even at one point in the song shows part of a tragic backstory that happens that's mentioned later on in the series. And I just love how I was able to recreate that with Kalos, because at that point when the song normally goes into the flashback, I use clips of when Ash first meets Serena in Kanto. And I just love how both series kind of work well together, because in Tada Never Falls in Love, Teresa eventually falls in love with Tada, much like Serena falls in love with Ash. I just love how both the opening and the clips that I use just work so well together. Number 4 is, at this time, the last fan-made opening that I made. Bye Bye Yesterday with everything. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Super, Digimon, and My Hero Academia. A big free-for-all video. The thing that I like about making videos where there are 2 different series that I'm comparing, or even more than 2 series, is I can make it so it looks like one character is facing off against another character when they're from 2 entirely different shows. At one point in this video, I make it look like Jiren is going to face off against Bakugo, and I just love how it all works out. I'm not sure if you could call this me writing a fan fiction or something like that, having these 2 different characters fight off against each other, but I just love how it all works out. And I even went through several rough drafts before I settled on a final product. There were just some things that I wasn't happy with after making the first, second, even third rough drafts. so I decided to work it a bit, and the final product is what you see today. Number 3 is catch the world with a throw with every Pokemon generation. To give background on this, there was a video that was posted by Jason Page, who sings the original Pokemon dub theme, where he makes a video that's basically about Pokemon Go, called Catch the World with a Throw. Even at one point in the song, he mentions the yellow, blue, and the red, referencing the different teams in Pokemon Go. And one of my friends in my Discord shared the video and said you should use this for your fan-made openings. And this was the video that I came up with. Looking back, there were probably some moments that I probably could have done better, but from the looks of things, that was only just my personal opinion because it seems like a lot of people really enjoyed that video. By the way, if you don't follow my Discord, you really should. Follow my Twitter too while you're at it, and my Facebook. Links are in the description. Number 2 is go forward with Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Now, if you've been anywhere around Yu-Gi-Oh! For the past year or so, I would say, then you've probably heard about all the comparisons Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns is making to Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Both main characters are sort of stoic, sort of reserved. Both shows have sort of an edgier tone to it. So it was inevitable that when this opening came out, I had to include it with Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. And funny story actually, this video is actually posted in the very same week that the opening premiered. The main reason I did this was because for the longest time, I was making fan-made openings using Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and people kept saying I should take Reigns' first opening and put it with 5Ds. So when the second opening came out, I knew that I immediately had to do it before anybody commented on it. Not because I didn't want to see the comments, I just wanted to post this video and strike it while the iron is hot. And I'm really happy with how it all ended up. Number 1 is Road to Tomorrow, Going My Way with Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. And honestly, when I'm making fan-made openings, there are just some that are a lot easier to make than others. Like 5D, Zexal, Kalos. Videos like that are just so much easier for me to make, probably because I've made so many of them. So when somebody suggested for me to make this video, I decided, why not? Sounds like a good idea. And I am so happy with how it came out. Obviously, I feel like I might be a little bit biased here because I used this part of the song as my opening theme, but the one scene in that video that I like among all others, that scene where Yuma is facing off against Shark and Tori is hiding behind him. I'm not sure what it is about that scene, I just love that scene. But that is going to cover my top 10 fan-made openings. Of course, the whole link to the fan-made openings playlist is in the description, so you can check that out if you want. Each one of these individual videos that I talk about will be in the description as well as links to my Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Anything that you want to look for in the description is there, within reason. Make sure to let me know what fan-made openings of mine that you really enjoyed, and make sure that if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any other videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Momentai. 365日分の学びをカバンに詰め込んでいつもみたい